deeply moved by one of the paintings, the one with the shocking eye and with the yellow background. Maybe some of you saw it somewhere. Maybe it's outside. I'm not sure. So before that, I felt that okay, like the refugees and like Middle East is so far from me. But when I was standing in front of the painting, I felt I could connect with the kids like behind the painting. So that's why I chose to apply to be a volunteer. It feels like, are they really refugee kids? Like they're so different from those I saw from news or like the stories I heard from others. But for example, take a small things example. Like for example, they would give me flowers every day in the morning, and if they gave me a rose, they would make sure that they have removed every thorn on the rose. I can tell a more specific story about this girl in the picture. Her name is Rua. One day she came to me and asked me to write a name on her wrist with ink and brush, because sometimes I practice calligraphy with them, like write their names in Chinese and my name in Arabic. But when I started to write the name, I felt it was a bit strange because it wasn't her name. It was a boy's name. And then she became a bit shy and told me like it was a boy that she likes, whom she met in Syria before and now in Turkey. I was very moved at that moment, because first I felt I was trusted by her, that she's like sharing this story in secrets with me. At the same time, I felt something very strange. Like I felt I could really identify with him, with her, like the feelings, when I first had crush on someone when I was like 16 or 17, like nervous, excited and enthusiastic, want to share something new with him or her. And then I felt like sometimes it might be too simplistic when you like overemphasize the label of identity, the label of refugee kids, because they are just ordinary people like me, like you, like all of the others. They have straight dreams, they romantic things, all this stuff. But I have to say, to be ordinary is not an easy thing for them. For example, this girl in the picture, she doesn't like to take pictures at all, unlike the other kids in the school, because one of her eyes was injured in the war. This picture is almost the only picture I have of her, and this is her favorite picture because from this angle, from this side, we couldn't see the other eye, and like she looks very beautiful and in some way complete. And she told me on the day when she got injured in Damascus in Syria, like her face was full of blood and no hospital could accept her because there were too many victims. And they didn't find there was a splitter in her eye until the midnight when the blood was stopped. And even when she was seriously injured, there was someone from the army who was putting a gun on her head and wanted to kill her because they were afraid of revenge in the future because she was a victim. But luckily in the end they decided to not kill her because she's just a girl, she's not as threatening as a man in their eyes. She was aware of all of this even though she couldn't speak at that time. But despite of all this, she was incredibly positive. She told me she would go to university in the future and she would become a doctor, and if possible, go back to Syria and rebuild a beautiful home. Almost all the other children in the school are like this, full of love and hope, and full of love and hope and have their own dreams. And at some point, I realized this is not an easy thing to achieve. Like Michael just mentioned, when he goes to Lebanon, Jordan, he realized how much these NGOs are doing for the kids, and how important as this is. They are providing a safe and supportive space for them, tangibly and intangibly. Education, love, respect, equality, and everything. Without all of these things, it will be a totally different story that I share with you guys today. In Lebanon, I also visited a typical refugee camp in Bekaa, near Syria, and the children there were totally different from those I work with in the school every day. It was very cold in winter in the valley, but they were still wearing shirts and sandals. And when I went there, there were 20 or 30 children surrounding me, and they were screaming at me. You know what they are screaming? They are counting numbers in Arabic and French and a little English to me. They were so enthusiastic and keen to show the knowledge they had to me and communicate with me. And that's almost all the knowledge they had, counting numbers. And they couldn't go to school, everything. And there were some boys fighting with each other with sticks. I know in that situation it was safe because they were not they didn't mean to harm anyone, and we told them to stop and just stopped. But I really don't know about the future if we don't do anything for them. So what if we do something? I guess we can't say we can't stop the war immediately maybe, and we can't pretend that what hasn't happened, and we can't just cancel, remove the harm that has already existed on the children, like her injured eyes. But if we raise enough resources, support, awareness, and we take actions from this girl and the school and the children's school, I see that there will really be a difference and a brighter future if we take actions to protect their dreams and their future. Yes.